Hey, Ryan here with Thanks.io. In this video, we're going to walk through the steps to load this Medicare options cheat sheet funnel inside of Thanks.io. I'll explain really quickly what this is. Basically, it's one core postcard that you're free to expand on. And what the postcard does is it gives a Medicare options cheat sheet on one side, so you can see the graphic if you turn your head sideways like this, because I have to load it in the system like so. But we'll give you a link somewhere near this video in that section with it vertically so you can read it. But it's just the basics of Medicare, outlining the 4 parts and giving some of the enrollment periods and dates down toward the bottom. So that becomes the front side of the card, and then the back side of the card is this message where it just basically says it's value driven. It just says attached, find the current version of our cheat sheet. If you have any questions, or call me. And then it has a PS and it says, if you want, you can scan the QR code on this card to listen to an audio version. And what I did was I used Notebook LM to take the cheat sheet and turn it into a podcast between 2 people, and it came out pretty good. So there's a link here. It just lives on our servers. You're welcome to save it and use it however you want. By the way, you can use the cheat sheet however you want, but it'll take the person over and they can listen while they look at the card to a conversation about the cheat sheet, explaining it. But the whole idea here, of course, with Thanks.io is that we want somebody to scan so it generates a lead for you, an interaction, and that signals that you might want to do a little more follow-up. So I'll save the audio here. It looks like it hadn't saved the QR code in the system. You'll see it appear at the top right. Now, of course, this will have your branding and everything else. And what I'm going to do here for the next 5 to 10 minutes is just walk you through the steps in our school right here for how to load this up and get it live in the system. It won't be very hard to do. And if you want our help doing it and you're on our professional plan here at Thanks.io, we can just load this up into your platform and get it going for you on autopilot. So I said 5 to 10 minutes. Strap in. It's probably going to take me about 20 minutes now that I think about it, but we'll see. So let's go ahead. This is the overview video you'll be watching right here. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to log into our Thanks.io account and make sure that we complete the branding steps. So if you're watching this, maybe you just created an account, maybe you don't have a Thanks.io account yet, but one of the first things we ask you to do is go to our branding builder page, which I just clicked over here on the left side. And it's very simple. You're just going to put your company, your name, your phone number, just the basic stuff, upload a picture of yourself if you want, and then your logo. And what this does is it designs the backside of the card and all the other future pieces that go out on autopilot. It's a big time saver. So get that part done, get the branding builder done as outlined here in the instructions. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to download the cheat sheet image. So here we go. I just clicked it, and you're going to put it on your computer, and then you're going to upload it into the Thanks.io system. Now, I will say I'm hoping to get this included for anybody in insurance who signs up for Thanks, but it might already be in your account. But if you don't see it in your account, what you're going to do is you're going to download that image to your computer, and you're just going to go to image templates like so. I just clicked image templates on the left side. Then it's the first section here, the 4x6 and 6x9 postcards. Click upload. You can call it, Medicare cheat sheet, whatever you want. Choose, just browse for the file and upload it. Very, very simple stuff. And then once it's uploaded, it'll appear here like the one that I've already done, like so. So easy peasy, that part's done. You got the image in the section in the system. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to click to open the actual message side. And what this is it's a share link, and it'll pretty much load up the template in your account like this, but it'll have your image and your logo on it. If you've done the branding step, it'll all be ready for you. You can tweak it if you want. My copy is usually pretty good, and I have a good sense for what people are willing to scan. So I know this might sound simple and low essentialist and low fluff, but kind of does the trick. And then the PS is the most powerful part because we want them to engage with that audio recording if possible, so that there's a response. The second part of our response, of course, is that they can just call you. We know that this segment of the market, a little bit older, is probably more likely to call you on the phone than they are to scan a QR code or respond on the web, technically. So half of your responses will probably come from a direct phone call. The other half might be these QR scans, or you'll get some combination of both. So click the link as instructed. This will load into your account. Just don't forget to save it. You might have to give it a name. I think it'll automatically have the name already. And then you're going to save it down at the bottom where it says save message template. And you're good to go. So that is the loading of the image and the message into Thanks.io. I also gave you the link to the audio here, so you can go ahead and listen to it and experience what the person who scans it will experience, and just make sure that it's something you're comfortable sending out. And I will mention, you're free to send whatever you want. This is meant to be a guide, right? So if you want to do your own image for the Medicare cheat sheet, if you want to do your own recording or asset, maybe you have a PDF file or something that you would rather give them versus our audio file, you're free to swap that all out, and we can help you do that if you want. I'm just building this out so that you can go fast if you want to with a funnel that should work. Okay, so that is the image and message side. I'm clicking around here trying to find my next step. My next step is to just create a blank message mailing list in the Thanks.io system. So we've got our creatives in there, and now we got to house the contacts that are going to be receiving this campaign. So I'm going to go over to mailing lists on the left side. Click mailing lists right here. I'm going to click add list. And then I'm just going to choose, it doesn't really matter really, but I'm just going to choose manually enter addresses, and I'm going to name this, we will name this Medicare options. Call it whatever you want. And this is just the bucket, the mailing list, where we're going to load contacts in who are going to receive this postcard on autopilot. And we'll talk about the campaign settings there in a minute, but that's it. You just need to get the list in the system so that it exists. That's all. So that is an easy step right here. Once that's done, we'll scroll down here and we'll go and we'll set up our campaign logic. So Thanks.io is a direct mail automation platform, meaning that at every turn, we try to make it so that you don't have to remember to do this stuff on a regular basis, so that it's set and forget it in a way. And I have 3 options here for how you might send this campaign out. So option 1 would be to send an even flow campaign with a set number of cards a day to a list. So I'll explain what that means right now. I'm going to go to campaigns. Let's get over to the campaigns page. That'll be what you need to do. And then I'm going to add up at the top right here. My face is in the way. Get out of the way. I'm going to click add campaign action. And then I'm going to select what I want to send for this action. So I'm going to go postcard. I want to send the 6x9 size. I want to do the image template. By the way, I recommend the 6x9 because the cheat sheet, you know, it would get smushed and small. The text on a 4x6 might be hard for your recipient to read. So stick with the 6x9, even though it would work for a 4x6. Then I'm going to choose the insurance options cheat sheet image template. You see I chose it there. It appears on the right side. Then I'm going to choose the message template like so. Right? Right here. And then I'm going to attach it to that mailing list. Now there's no recipients in there yet, but it's fine. I need to attach it, and I'm going to build some logic. And that logic is going to say, hey, I want anybody on this list, I want to hit this list and I want to do one of these things. Now option 1 that I had on my list here in the school instructions was to set up an even flow campaign. So this is if you're doing, maybe you haven't bought a big list of people turning 64, something like that, and you just want to make sure you get 5 pieces of mail out to new people every day. You would choose even flow daily limit, and you could set the number to 5. And this will just send 5 of these postcards every day, and send the first 5, and then tomorrow it'll send to another 5, and it just goes on autopilot. And hopefully every week or so, you get somebody who scans and interacts or gives you a call, and you've got this set it and forget it way to generate new Medicare policy leads for yourself, right? So that's even flow. The second option that I have listed here would be to send one or multiple cards days after addition to the mailing list. So this would be setting in the campaign logic. We would say, hey, anytime somebody is added to this list, right? So maybe you're adding people manually, or you have them coming in from your CRM because we help you tie that up, whatever it is. And you say, hey, anytime anybody on this list, go ahead and just send this card the first day. And then you can go, or I'll go ahead and do it. I put 4. Hit save. And then maybe you'll go build another one, all the same actions. So we'll practice here. And then maybe you'll say, oh, let's send it again on day 90. So it goes out quarterly. So I'll go 90. All right. And you could set this out to go out for a whole year to everybody turning 64, for example. Right? So it just goes out 4 times. If you're wondering, well, why would I keep sending the same card? Just think about the fact that the mortgage companies, the credit card companies, think about the mail you get. Do you notice that you sort of get the same thing over and over again? And these companies are spending lots of money to send you the same thing over and over again? Well, the reason is because it actually works and it's less work for you. If you send this particular cheat sheet over and over again, versus trying to come up with new creatives and new angles, you'll have probably a better response from this because it's a focused idea, it's repetition, and people are likely to eventually break down and respond to it. So you could send it on day 1, send it again on day 90, send it again on day 180. Maybe you want to do a quarterly campaign. Maybe you only want to send it once a year. That's fine. You just say day 1, day 365, and so on. And then the last option I have here for campaign logic is to just go ahead and send it monthly. And I actually said recommended to that. So the way that I would do this, I am not in insurance, but I have done these campaigns in other verticals, specifically in real estate. A lot of these where I am licensed. And if you send this monthly, it might seem like overkill, but if you send this same exact card monthly and you come into the logic here and you go monthly and just start it a couple days after when you set it up, it will go out every month. And I have a little bit of text here. It says, hey, if you send this card monthly, it will cost you less than $12 per year per prospect. You'll be at about 90 cents. It might be less depending on what plan you're on with us per card. But let's just say it was $1 a card and you spent $12 per year and you got 2 out of 100 people who receive this 12 times per year to reach out to you and do a policy or refer somebody to you who ends up doing a policy, because you know you probably get a lot of people sending you other people, right? Then you're at about $600 per policy, which I did a little research. Sounds to me like that might be close to break even on the front end. And then you will, all the stuff that you do on the back end, all your renewals, all the extra referrals you get, everything else you get from that client will be gravy. Now, if you go to a 4% conversion rate, which isn't unheard of with this sort of a campaign, well, then you're at $300 per policy and you're really cooking with gas there. So just do the numbers in your head. Think about what your average policy is. Think about, hey, if I send this out 12 times a year, what percentage would I get? Or what if I just send it 6 and I send it every other month? And think about it that way. Things start to get really exciting with mail in particular. So I'll stop rambling on with that. That was the next step. It was to set up the campaign logic. So let's review. We created our Thanks.io account and we set up our branding. Probably takes about 5 minutes. We then uploaded the message and the image to the platform. As I said, I've already kind of created all that for you. You just have to like download, upload, and copy and paste. 5 minutes, right? So you're about 10 minutes in, maybe 15 minutes into the whole campaign. You created the blank mailing list, it takes 2 minutes, and then setting up this campaign logic, another 5 to 10 minutes once you wrap your head around what you want to do. So you're probably about a half hour in, call it an hour total, by the time you've listened to me ramble on here. Now, the last thing that you're going to do is then just start to add people to that mailing list so that your campaign logic takes over. So you might already have a list of prospects, people who are on your list who become leads. Maybe your company gave you the lead or you're running leads from elsewhere and you're like, I want to convert more of these leads, or I want just a way to stay in touch with my people, right? Just upload them into Thanks.io. That's your first option. You just come over to the mailing list right here. I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong button. I always do that on these videos. Come to the mailing list right here, and then we just go to that mailing list, Medicare options, and then we just click add, and then we upload our CSV file. The other thing we can do is we can manually enter people. So if we can manually get a lead, we just click manually, we add them to the list, and then all that campaign logic, all that once a month thing or once every quarter, whatever you set up, will happen, right? Another thing you can do, and this is a little more advanced, but maybe you have a CRM system where your leads come in and some people, you have a good phone call with them, or you want to stay in touch automatically, you want to make sure they land on this campaign. We can set up automations for most modern CRM systems where they just talk to each other. So if you're using something that's like Go High Level based, or you're using something like Insured Mind, we have some partnerships, Medicare Pro, I think it's called, with various insurance CRMs. You can do something in that side and then push them over to us and let that automation take over. So that's manually option 3, and then option 4 here, I said manually add to the list. And then the last one that I skipped, and we'll end with this, is that if you want us to, we have data sources, notably datazap.com is one of our partners. If you're very high volume, or you're planning on sending a lot of these, we can even get a lot more targeted with some of the back end systems that we have access to as a mail company, to build you a proprietary list of people who might be turning 65 or who might be a good fit for your specific insurance services. And all you need to do is just request that from us. Just know that's a 5 cents a record minimum. The pricing might vary, and you have to do a list of at least 100. We should really say 1,000, just because of the time it takes us. But if you want a curated custom list, let us know. But that's it. That's kind of how to build this system out yourself if you want to. As I said up top, we're happy to set this up for you if you're on one of our business or you're on our professional plan. We'll wire this all up, but I just wanted to show you how to do it yourself. A lot of you guys are DIYers, and just know that this sort of a campaign where you're giving good information. This is kind of an interesting thing to look at, right? It's solid info. And then you are doing it consistently over and over again will build trust over time. And with mail, usually a 1, 2, 3, 4% conversion rate, which would be on the low end for something like this, should ROI give you a really nice return on investment. So if you are in the Medicare game and you don't have something like this already set up, please just let us know, support@thanks.io, or hit up our support channel from within the dashboard and we can help you get this going. Thanks for watching here. And if you're not already a Thanks.io user, come on, go ahead, sign up and get, we'll send you some samples and you get $10 in free credits at Thanks.io.